Welcome. Welcome to BAYFOCUS. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I'm always glad when you do. I have a great show for you today. There are some great things happening here. You know, as we launch into the new year, so many activities happening, and sometimes we revisit, have people on the program that we've had on the past kind of get updated where they're at, and that is the case today with Tina. Levene is here from Tina Talks Truth, and she's going to be I'm going to be talking to her in just a moment. Hopefully talking truth. I had to say that, Tina. I had to say it. Tell the truth. But then we also are going to be talking with the ladies from Passages of Hope. What an incredible ministry they do with New Life Solutions, helping people that have been through the pain of abortion and abortion recovery and prevention. And they have a big conference coming up, and they're going to tell us about that. But Tina, we're going to start with you today. I love it. It's been a while since I've had you on the show, and let me tell our viewers why I can have fun with Tina, because Tina's actually a comedian. So I love it. And I like it, a clean comedian. Yes. Is how you say it. But she's also a professional motivational speaker. She's an author of 5 books, and we'll show those in just a moment. But Tina, you are in demand as a speaker, and tell us a little bit about where you go and what you do.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Great having you back.
I love your living room.
Thank you. Yes.
Not
yes.
sure where the water's
not moving real well right now, but
it's beautiful, beautiful. And the fire is so toasty.
Fire. At least that looks like it's going.
But thank you for having me, Darlene.
Great to have you.
And I love being alive. You know, I have the saying that if God woke me up today, He's not done with me yet. And so, you know, I have an opportunity to share humor, first and foremost, because I believe humor heals. But also I love to just encourage people and inspire people and just motivate them to be a better person than they were yesterday. Really, my focus is a lot of times with people that are really struggling in the darkest of places, addictions, abuse, different adversities, and that's
well, you have your own story on that.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah,
and so I've been healed.
Been there and back.
Absolutely, and so I just feel the need that I have to share that with people.
So where do you go to do this? You have a variety of places that you will go.
Anywhere and everywhere. Your living room.
Yeah, all the thousands of people watching. But you actually, you do corporate, you do churches,
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah. Agencies, a lot of conferences, which I love. I love to be the keynote speaker at conferences. Yeah. And a lot of those audiences are social workers and therapists and counselors, juvenile justice workers, people that really are in the trenches helping people that are struggling. And so I like to equip them with preventing burnout, bringing some humor to them, and just lightening that load.
Well, I like the name of it, how you named your organization, because it goes, like I said, it goes both ways. You can go Christian, go secular. Tina Talks Truth. And let's go over a few things, because there's some specific things, because you have obviously we're on Christian television here today, and she is, by the way, Tina's a background as a television host, radio host, so you've sat in my shoes as well. So let's cover some ground with the Christian community. What do you want to share with the church? You have a vision for that.
I want to share with the church that just a love on everyone, because I was an atheist most of my life, and it wasn't until a church really loved on me and met me exactly where I was at, and then I was able to learn at my own pace. The worst thing that happened to me was being told I was going to hell, because for me as a rape survivor, abuse survivor, I was living hell already. And so I needed to be told about heaven. I needed to be told about joy and peace and hope. And that's what Tina Talks Truth. The truth is there is hope. And that's why I'm all about just providing hope to people, no matter where they're at.
Yeah, well, and again, in the past shows, we've shared your specific testimony and the fact that you could even be at this place in your life.
It's a miracle.
It is.
It is a miracle, yes.
It is truly. Okay, what is a REAL? leader.
A real leader. So my latest book, my 5th book, you know, I always say that I have ADHD and I make it work for me. So I published 5 books in,
let's show the picture while you're telling us. Yes, wow.
In 5 years,
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So my 5th book is The Heartbeat of a Real Leader. And real is revolutionary leaders elevate their team, activate their talents for legendary results. And that's what real means. And, you know, the ultimate leader is Jesus. And even though the book is secular, and I speak a lot in secular environments on it, Jesus was the ultimate leader. He saw potential in people that they didn't see. He loved people when they didn't love themselves. That's truly what a leader is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I like that you give specific, tangible things that way to become a leader. Okay, best ways to create a safe environment. That's one of the things you talk about. What do you mean by that?
Yes, absolutely, because so often, and I actually personally and professionally experienced a lot of unsafe work environments, from being religiously persecuted to sexually harassed. You name it, I had a 13-year-old boy bring a loaded gun to school to blow my head off. So, I mean, I've been through a lot professionally, and so I know it's so important for professional environments and churches to be a safe environment. And by creating that safe environment, communication is key, but also helping people feel valued, that they're important, that they belong.
All right, so when I'm hearing you say that, I'm thinking potentially so that the people in the environment don't turn around and bring a gun.
Exactly.
You know, you're literally trying to affirm people,
yes,
invest in them, so that it's prevention.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's what this whole book, it really focuses on prevention, but being proactive, which is engaging people in communication, and effective, positive communication.
Well, you know, because we know so many times when you see the stories in the headlines, it was the loner. It was the one that felt left out, and maybe in that work team or that church team or whatever, not enough people had their antennas up.
Yes.
You know, to see, and they could have. So you give some tips on that. All right, you have 3 must-do factors in becoming a fearless leader like Jesus. What are those?
So I believe that Jesus was fearless, and what he did is he spent time in preparation for all of his missions, his healings. He was proactive. He was proactive and not reactive so much. He spent a lot of time and energy in being proactive, but also he positioned himself as a leader. I love the story about wolves, and when wolves actually travel in packs, the 2 oldest wolves are in the front, and then the 5 strongest wolves in the middle, and the leader is in the back. And that's what I always think of Jesus, is that he always had his flock before him, but he stepped in when he needed to step in because he was proactive and prepared his lessons and his healings.
You know, number one, I didn't know the wolf pack dynamics, so that's new to me, but that is huge, because so many times you see the reverse of that. You see, like, leaders try to head out front, and they're not really, and the people aren't keeping up behind them.
That's right. Yeah, if you're up front and you don't have a vision of your team, and leaders are to lift their team up.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, this is a big one. This is kind of one I want to spend a little bit of time on. How to prevent burnout in ministry. Now, obviously, you could take that burnout to be a mother, to a father, or working 3 jobs, whatever, but there's a particular dynamic with ministry burnout. Talk about
ministry, yes. Yeah. So often people just jump in head first, you know, and they just want to do, you know, and they're passionate about it. And so this is their purpose, but they forget they have to take care of themselves. You know, we have to take care of our temple. And even Jesus rested. You know, and we have a day of Sabbath to rest, and it's important that we take care of ourselves in our temple. And some of those, I have actually 6 ways to prevent burnout. I won't go through all of them. And then 3 ways to recover from burnout, because some people are like, oh, Tina, I need to recover.
Give us a few of them.
Okay, so to get creative, you know, I always just share with, so many people come to me and they say, I have a book inside me, but I just get creative, do it. Even if you're just writing on receipts or bank deposit slips or napkins, get creative, just start writing, just do it. Also get creative, maybe learn a new instrument. I had a woman that came to me and said, I want to learn the violin. She was like 60 years old. I said, I hope your husband's deaf.
That could be pretty painful. Yes.
It could be pretty painful.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's getting creative, taking care of yourself, and being organized. But at the same time, you know, self-care and wellness is so important if you're going to care for other people.
Yeah, I think sometimes in ministry, and I've been in, you know, different aspects of it my whole life as well, not only in broadcasting, but on church staffs and music ministry, a variety of things, is you sometimes need to just take a step back and potentially maybe take if you have the option, obviously if you're working and it's your vocation, you need to work. But if you have the option, if you're volunteering, take a step back now and then. Maybe take a little bit of a leave of absence. Just sit out in that congregation or be a supporter and let somebody else take the lead for a little bit and regroup and refuel.
Yes.
And, you know, along the way, you're mentioning along the way just taking some me time and taking some stress time. But sometimes you just need to make a change and say, I need to let it go for a while.
Yes.
And then sometimes God will bring the same thing back. But sometimes he'll lead you in to go a different direction.
Absolutely.
But you have to know what the callings, the giftings and your callings are in your life. So it's really an important thing. All right, Tina, in just our remaining moments, because you do all these different things, what's the best way that people can connect with you? Again, you can do the comedian. You really have some great ways to make it lighthearted for people, along with the motivational. And along with steps for corporate. Are these separate parts of you, or are they all one? Does everybody get it? When they book you, they get all of it.
You know, even if it's like staff development trainings, I still incorporate humor in there. I can't speak and not be funny, you know. But I focus more on the staff development portion of it. But the humor now, you know, if someone's bringing me in to do comedy, I'm going to do strictly comedy. Like next week I'll be doing for a fundraiser event. And so that will strictly be comedy, a 10-minute set.
Now, if you're going to go to a ministry setting too, do you take opportunities even to share your own story and minister?
Absolutely. Especially if I feel like I've done it at corporate events as well, and staff development training. Sometimes I just the Holy Spirit's like, you know, tugging on me, like, you need to
somebody
share.
That needs to hear this.
Absolutely. Sometimes I share something and I think, why did I share that? And then it'll be someone come up to me afterwards and say, I needed to hear that. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for putting that on my heart.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Tina, thank you so much. And I think that people can find you at tinatalkstruth.com.
Yes.
I believe you're on social media.
Absolutely,
Number of social media as well.
Tina Talks Truth. It's easy.
Yes. You're easy to reach, and we're going to show all that on the screen now. Coming up next.
Thank you
so much for coming on the show today. And stay tuned. Here's how you can talk to Tina or find out about Tina. It's Tina Talks Truth. I got to get this right. How you can reach her and book her for an event. I highly recommend her. She's got a really great reputation here in the area, and I think she would be a great encouragement to your group or your team, your event. So here's how you can reach Tina Levene. We'll be right back. Hello, I'm Darlene Greenlee, and I want you to make room in your schedule each week to tune into BAYFOCUS. We are going to highlight local events, ministries, concerts. Reporter Brooke Larson goes behind the scenes at some of those concerts and talks to the music artists, local pastors, ministry leaders. Tune in each week. I'll see you on the next BAYFOCUS. Well, I hope you will book Tina Levene for your next event, and I'm hoping you will attend this next event that we're about to talk about. We're going to transition to a division of New Life Solutions called Passages of Hope. And we have with us today two of the women that really make this part of the ministry run. And right next to me is Susan Dyer-Layer, who is the program director for Passages of Hope, and also Deborah, Bryan, program coordinator. Did I just say that right? You're the director, you're the coordinator. Yes. So you work hand in hand.
The dynamic duo.
Yeah, Susan, you oversee this, and so I'm going to start with you. Tell our viewers to start with, because we may have brand new people that aren't familiar with New Life Solutions, how Passages of Hope works with New Life Solutions.
Passages of Hope, and thank you again for having us on.
Oh, you're welcome.
Appreciate your endorsement. Passages of Hope is a program that saves women and men's lives through an abortion loss. And I went through the program myself, the Bible study, almost 21 years ago. And it radically changed my heart.
Yeah.
And I was in a church that was my big, deep, dark secret. Never told anyone. No one ever spoke about it. No one spoke about it from the pulpit. Nobody spoke about it in other groups. And so when I went through the Bible study, week by week, I was just getting stronger and stronger. And my pastor's wife led a Bible study, and she asked, has anyone ever struggled with forgiveness? And that's the key barrier for us that struggle with post-abortion grief, is that we struggle with, even though theologically we know God has forgiven us, we are not forgiving ourselves.
Yeah.
And so by the time I shared, I received such an outpouring of love and support. And I ended up sharing in my church family, and my pastor was bold and courageous and very compassionate to give a message, a very strong message to our church family, that this is a church that is all about compassion and about mercy and forgiveness. And that was huge. As a Christian woman, that was huge for me to receive that.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a great endorsement of your own personal connection. Deborah, how did you get involved with Passages?
Basically, I went through a group 5 years ago. I was a woman who had multiple abortions in my life. I grew up as a pastor's daughter, but took some turns in the wrong direction. And the cycle continued in the wrong direction until I got my healing 5 years ago. Wow.
So, yeah, again, and I see this so many times on the different ministries that we've had on BAYFOCUS over there, people themselves have benefited from them, and then they turn around and roll their sleeves up and get involved. And you guys are examples of that. Well, you have a big event coming up. And we've had you, we did a whole show back in the, I think the summer, last summer, where we had a variety of testimonials on what you guys do. But this time we're focusing a little bit more on this conference coming up. And again, at early part of the year is when people are doing things with ministries, but this is so important. It's called Equip to Heal. You want to tell us about it?
Well, Equip to Heal. Sure. Equip to Heal is a conference that we're having on Saturday, January 26th. It goes from 8:30 to 4. It is a free conference for anyone to attend, the community, church leaders, volunteers, anyone, to just hear about how abortion recovery can influence in their churches, in the community, how they can have the resources to help them, to be able to pass them along to Passages, to get them into groups, and we're very excited about this event.
So is this, let me just say this, just to add to again, January 26th, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Calvary Church.
Correct.
At 110 North McMullen Booth Road, Clearwater, and we're going to have all that information on the screen again. But is this, and Susan, I'll throw this to you, are the Equip to Heal conference something you do periodically or regularly because you want to train people up?
Yes. What we find is that if somebody hears a message of hope, especially through all the testimonies that they'll hear at these Equip to Heal conferences, they're more likely to join a group. And we purposely position the groups a month before we actually do the group series. So so many women and men have come and joined a group after they've attended this conference because they see there's something very different that they want to have, that freedom, that abundant living that they hear in the testimonies. We also want to equip the frontline folks in ministry. I think what's very sad is that we have a lot of people in our pews silent. And when they start getting into God's Word and hearing the value of life, that He is the author and the creator of life, then that shame just starts silencing them. And so if they're not given a message of hope, particularly in leadership, then they're not going to live life abundantly. And it's His Word that does the healing. It's the most beautiful Bible study that I think I've ever walked through, and I think Deb will attest to the same thing. It transforms you. It heals you. And the beauty is that they, in turn, just like you said, they want to give back. It's that 2 Corinthians 1, 3, and 4 played out.
Well, you mentioned something just in passing, and particularly for those that didn't catch our show last summer, you mentioned men. So men are welcome to come. This is open to men and women.
Absolutely.
How would men be affected by abortion?
That's the neglected group. That's what we call the indirects. The man who maybe coerced or pressured his girlfriend at the time, thinking it was the best decision. That father who had a 16-year-old daughter who thought he was doing the right thing. And then they witnessed the spiraling. They witnessed the emotional distress and the destruction. A lot of them will go into addictive type behaviors just to numb that trauma and that grief. So there's a lot of guilt and shame, and there's a lot of anger. There are some men that were not even given a role in that decision. And Jason was here last time, and his testimony is very powerful, and he'll be there this Saturday as well for the conference. But yes, men grieve differently, and yet they need a safe place to come with other like-minded men who are struggling with this same type of big secret, this loss.
So when you do the groups, or you do that with to come and share, the men are in their own group, so they can talk with their specific experience.
Yes, absolutely.
So who have you seen come to these Equip to Heal conferences? I mean, I know who you're all trying to reach, but have you been able to connect with all the you're wanting some professional people, you're not only wanting people that are affected by it, but who's been coming?
Christian counselors, anyone that's in ministry, Bible study leaders, volunteers, the people that are heart with legs, that if someone did have this type of secret, they would share it with them. We want to equip them. We want to equip them that because there'll be a lot of objections that they will give to rationalize, well, it happened such a long time ago, I don't need to go. Well, the question or the response back would be, if you are good with it, how is it a part of your testimony? And that's, was my story. Back then, I wasn't telling anyone about it, and even in my testimony, because I was fearing rejection and judgment, especially those.
So are you seeing, and I'm thinking, and either one of you can go in here, but I'm thinking too, Deborah coordinating, does a church, say a church comes on and wants to start one of these groups or whatever, do they contact you to set that up? What is that process?
Absolutely. So we do pray that some will come to this event, and then from there we would go ahead and have them connect with us. Is there someone at their church that would like to maybe spearhead this, a liaison, so to speak? Then they would come through our training, and then they, even if they're not post-abortive, can co-facilitate a group. Usually our groups are one co-facilitator is post-abortive and one doesn't have to be. And so with that being said, then those people can then be that church's liaisons to spread the word, to promote the group. But everything does come through Passages of Hope. We have a confidential phone line that they contact us, and we do the initial intake, so to speak, and talk to them, and then it goes from there. So
okay, all right. And again, I'm just going to say this one more time. The conference is January 26th, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. So it's a real strong, intensive training day with breaks, I'm sure, in between people get breaks. But just in the last moments we have this interview, put a face on people that you deal with. Is there a story you can tell, or somebody that went through this whole? You guys obviously are living proof of it, but give us another example of some people that you've dealt with, or a person that stands out in your mind that you've really been able to help. I'm throwing you,
I had this one girl who, she actually professed that she was an atheist, and she had her abortion just the early part of this year. So it was very unusual to have someone seek help young, but it's because she had heard about it through the pregnancy center that there was help, and she was hungry for it. And over the course of us meeting together, she has softened her heart toward the Lord. She hasn't completely made that step over, but she now has a Bible.
Wow.
She is now reading it, and her whole countenance has just lifted, and she has hope. When I first saw her, she was just crumbled, just very much in despair. And now she just pulls herself up, and she's now curious. She's now a seeker. And ultimately, that's what we want to do. We want to bring them to the Lord. And it's His Word. It's the power of His holy Word that just cuts
great
through.
Story. I mean, that's totally Lord softening our heart. I just don't know if I mentioned it. Do people have to register for the conference, though, correct?
Yes. There's an email, my email, Deborah@passagesofhope.org, or a phone number, 727-460-7828. They can reply, text, or email and let us know they're coming. We are providing lunch.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Lunch is there.
Yes.
Oh, they got it. So, but it's a free event,
Yes.
right? It's free for people to come because you really want people to take this on. If somebody's watching and they say, I can't do January 26th, are there more, will you plan more for this year?
Yes.
So they just need to stay keyed in with New Life Solutions, the website, which is Passages of Hope has their own too, passagesofhope.org.
Yes.
And you will put on there when you have another availability.
Correct.
Is that like so many times
twice a year?
Twice a year, right.
So usually in January, and then the second one will be in August.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, I remember it was August. Okay. Thank you, ladies, so much
thank
for coming on
you.
today. And what you do is just awesome. And I want to encourage you. You're going to see on the screen in just a moment again all the information on how you can go to Equip to Heal, and that title alone is so descriptive of what they do. This is all about healing, emotional healing, mental healing, things of what people have been through in the abortion process. So stay tuned. On the screen, you're going to see how you can reach Passages of Hope and register for this event coming up January 26th. Well, I hope you will go to Passages of Hope's Equipped to Heal conference coming up. And I also hope, if you watched earlier in the show today, Tina Levene, that you would contact Tina. The name of her organization is Tina Talks Truth. She'd be a great speaker for any event that you have. And I encourage you to follow us on social media as well. I want to hear from you on Facebook or through YouTube. And we will see you next week. May God richly, richly bless you.